Hey Lawn Journey friends, today's a long-awaited Ego 580 blower review. Don't go away, this is gonna be a lot of fun. Hey guys, welcome back to Lawn Journeys, it's Russ. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe, I got a lot of fun content coming up. Today I'm here finally to talk about the Ego 580 56 volt lithium ion blower. It's a workhorse. What? Oh. You mean this isn't it? Hold on a second. Now we're talking. This is it. The Ego 580 CFM power blower. 56 volt lithium ion. Brushless motor. This thing, I think it'll blow the snow off my car come winter. I've been using this since last fall. I purchased it and I absolutely love it, hands down. This is the reason why I went out and got the 8-inch edger. You guys can link to that up in the corner. I did a review on that earlier this year, and they share a common battery. So what I want to do today, I'm not going to try to make this too long and drawn out, so stick around with me. I'm just going to go over the different features of the blower. We're going to install the battery. I'm going to do a little edging with my edger. You guys have seen that before. And then I want to show you the power behind this thing as I blow my edge grass off my curbing from the street. This thing is phenomenal. And I have to say, we'll also talk about how long the battery lasts. It's fantastic. So let's get down to brass tacks. Okay, I'm going to give a complete tour of the Ego 580 power blower. Starting from the rear, when I insert the battery onto the guide rails, this is the quick battery release button right there. You're going to click it. I'm going to install the battery in a minute. But that's the latch. The electric contacts are underneath. This is the airspeed trigger right here. And I'll demonstrate this, but it's a variable speed trigger, and as you push on it, you can control the blower speed, variable speed, okay? On top is the turbo boost button. If you were pulling this trigger and you have it fully engaged and you hit the turbo, it's exactly what it says. It'll blow everything in its path to kingdom come. The next thing I want to demonstrate is the speed lock on dial. So as you can see here, it rotates, turns on, and you can go from a very high speed to a lower speed to off. There's a little click. I don't know if you can hear that. If you have this on a set variable speed and you engage the turbo, it'll go into turbo mode. And I have to say, this dial is very nice because if you're walking around and you have this trigger pulled, sometimes, you know, depending on how much blowing you're doing, this can get a little monotonous. So what I do is when I blow my sidewalks, I generally set this variable speed dial somewhere, and then I can just walk around leisurely and run the blower. It's very nice. Okay, as you can see here in the rear, there is an air intake. There is a brushless motor located inside. This here is the tube release button. So you can push this button. It's only on one side. So this tube will come off in case you need to get into the interior, I guess, to clean out any debris. But you can see the fan blades in there. This thing rocks and it rolls. It's fantastic. So that's the blower tube. There's a couple options with the blower tube. There's a tapered nozzle and a flat nozzle. This is the tapered nozzle. And as you can tell by looking down the barrel, it's tapered. It allows you to have a more defined focus of energy. And this easily, it also has its own little release button that locks into this clip. So that can go on there. There's another option for the flat nozzle. Same idea. It's even more tapered. You'll get a higher probably a higher velocity that'll come out of there, and it gives you a little more control depending on what you're spraying, or I should say blowing. So that also snaps on. Heard that click? Yeah, got a little entertainment here. Little bug. I don't know what he's doing. So this thing looks good. Put this back together. What I'd like to demonstrate now is how to insert the battery. So the Ego battery has a channel right here and there. It slides into the devices and it locks in very nicely. So we'll just give this a little lift, and as you can see, it fits right on the side here. Put it in, clicks, test the battery for charge, pull the trigger. She's blowing. So I was just demonstrating a moment ago. We have the variable speed trigger, low to high. I'm gonna hit turbo, release it. This is the variable speed dial on. Basically, you can set it where you want it to be. You can still hit turbo, turn it off. A couple of other comments I would like to point out is some of the statistics that I mentioned earlier. It's 580 cubic feet per minute with this model. It's the equivalent of 168 miles per hour. It comes with a 5 amp hour, 56 volt lithium ion battery. The battery generally, as I discussed earlier, will run at a economy type speed for approximately 3 hours. Higher speeds, you'll get about 75 minutes out of it. We have the turbo button. We have the variable speed dial. It's a brushless motor. The battery takes approximately 100 minutes to charge to full power. So a couple things I wanted to point out about the Ego blower. Like I said, I've been using it for a year. There's not too much to show here as far as the tour goes. I mean, the batteries are phenomenal. We have our variable speed trigger. We have the turbo. We have the dial where you can set the speed. This nozzle is detachable in case for some reason maybe you need to get into this area to the fan. I've never had to. The thing is spotless. And then we have a tapered nozzle tip and a flattened nozzle tip. So I bought this blower last fall and I've been very happy with it. In fact, the battery is phenomenal. So this spring, when I decided I wanted to get the Ego 8-inch edger, I bought the edger without the battery. Now I'll give you an example of how I use this. Generally, what I do is I get my 8-inch Ego edger out, which has, basically it's the power head, which has the 8-inch edger blade that fits onto it. You guys can check the video out. It's linked in the information. I'll edge approximately 300 feet of sidewalk and driveway and curb. So that's both sides of my sidewalk, because there's grass on both sides. The driveway, obviously, which abuts the grass. And then the curb, where the grass is on the cement curb that meets the street. So I got about 300 feet, I'm just estimating. When that's done, I take that battery off, I put it on my blower, and then I blow all the dirt, grass, and debris onto my lawn, and at that point, then I come out with my Toro gas-powered mower. I do my cutting, and I usually end up getting this out again and do some cleanup when I'm done mowing. And I'll be honest with you, I probably can go through that cycle at least 2 times, possibly 3. I don't think I've gone 3 times without charging the battery, but there's absolutely no problem doing all of that edging with this battery, blowing, letting it sit for a week, coming back the next week, repeating the process, which is basically, there's 5 lights on the back of this, and that's what I did last time. So after 2 runs, I still have 2 lights of power. So, 2/5 of the total charge. So this will be a good test today because I'm going to get out my edger. I'm going to edge my property, and then I'm going to hit it with the blower. I'm going to record it today and you guys can check it out. So this will actually be the third run with this battery. And I did put some video up front, or I'll do it at the end, where I'll show the charger. And it's very nice, fits well, plugs in. Like I said, it charges rather quickly, and the batteries retain their charge. I mean, when this thing was shipped to me, when I originally bought it, it had a charge on it. I took the battery off and I stored it in my basement for the winter because I just don't like leaving batteries, expensive batteries, in my garage in the winter. I'm in New Jersey, and you know, we get 20-degree temperatures. We could get 15. My garage gets cold, and they say it's okay, but you know, I put it on a shelf in the basement, and it sat there. When I pulled it out in the spring, it still had a charge. You can hear those birds. All right, so you guys have any questions, leave comments below. I'd be happy to answer them. If there's something else you want to see with the blower up close, you know, I can send you pictures on my Instagram, whatever. So let's get with it. I'm going to get the edger out. I'm not going to spend a lot of time making you guys watch me edge. I'll throw, you know, maybe 30 seconds in, and then stick around, watch this blower blow all the debris off the sidewalk. I'll do that for maybe 1 or 2 minutes, and then we'll do a wrap up. Okay, team, my turn to lay on the lawn. I know it's not cut. Can you believe it? I put fungicide down on this lawn yesterday. We were supposed to be getting thunderstorms, so I did my propaganazole. Thunderstorms came, 3 inches of rain. Holy Hannah. So I don't know. I may have to treat it again in a week or two. Well, I'm going to keep an eye on it. In fact, I hear some thunder now. All right. So that's the story, guys. Ego products. I'm liking them. This is the 580. Pull the trigger. She's ready to blow. I have the power tool that I bought this spring. Fits the same battery. Like I said, there's an end card at the end of the video or in the information. This comes off. This is the 8-inch edger that I just used out there. This thing's phenomenal. Puts a nice straight line in. And I have to add the work that I just did today. 3 inches of rain yesterday. This grass is still damp. The soil is saturated. So I have to say, this is the third round with this battery. It had 2/5 charge when I started, and I have to say it's as powerful on 2/5 charge as if it's fully charged. One of the beauties of lithium ion. The batteries just keep going until they shut off, basically, right? I mean, you have your full power range available. So let's get this out of the way. Final thoughts on the Ego 580 power blower. It's Lawn Journey approved, 100%. I guarantee you, you'll love it. It's the best thing I ever have. No cords, no mess. It can go anywhere. I blow my deck with it. I blow my lawn with it. I could probably blow leaves with it in the fall. Different adapters on the ends to funnel your airstream depending on what you want to do. Battery comes on and off very easily. Clicking the button here, battery slides right off, slides right back on. You have your, you got your battery indicator. So look, I just did all that work, and I did drop down to 1/5 charge. So I definitely got to charge this next week. But like I said, it had its full power range. It does come. Ego does have a strap that you can buy for their tools. You don't really need it for the blower. The blower's pretty light. The edger is a little tall for me because I'm only, you know, 5'6.5" or something like that, right? It's only a problem really when I'm standing in the street doing the curbside. But this blower, fantastic. Lawn Journey approved. I would go out and get yourself one today. They sell them in all the big box stores. I'm not sponsored. There's probably a lot of other good blowers out there. A lot of these, you know, lithium ion systems, you tend to, once you buy one, you kind of stay with that system. I went with Ego because my friend John has the lawnmower that he loves, the Ego electric mower. I'm going to be, actually, he offered it to me to do an episode later this year, and I'm going to take him up on it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to fully charge my battery. I'm going to bring his mower down here. I'm going to cut my 8,700 square feet. I'm going to bag it. I'm then going to put the battery on my 8-inch edger, and then I'm going to put the battery on my blower. And we're going to see how far we can go. I think probably one battery will do the whole job. Okay guys, so I want to thank you for sticking through this episode. It's not very long today. I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. When I get some more content out, you'll get notified. When I do the triple Ego challenge with the mower, the edger, and the blower, you guys can... My neighbor's screaming at her dog. What the hell? Go. Okay, I guess the dog is back under control. Maybe not. I don't know what's going on over there. Anyway, so guys, subscribe to the channel. I'll be working on the triple Ego challenge, and you'll get notified when that video gets out. So that'll be interesting to see how far we can go on one battery. I think we can do the whole thing. So that's it. Get out there, get it done. Follow my Instagram. Let me know what you guys are up to. Let me know if you have any complaints about the Ego blower. I don't think there's much to complain about. I mean, the thing's fantastic. So, well, I still have 1/5 of the battery. I think I'm gonna clean my camera off, and I'll see you guys next time on Lawn Journeys.